my other speakers, I think ThoughtWorks needs introduction. So, I'll just probably spend a little bit of time just explaining who we are. And so I think some of you must be thinking, who is ThoughtWorks? And people who know may be thinking, and why are they actually here? So we are actually, you can call us a new kid on the block, but we have been working in the, we are actually global, like as I was saying, corporate in 30 countries, 3,000 employees, but we are really IT technology company. So we provide technology services to mostly businesses. And in India, we have been for last 12, 13 years, and we have offices in different parts of the country. So I think that bit of one more introduction maybe can be given later. So, so what we have come here for at this conference is to really talk about that a business organization or a software organization, beyond delivering services to the corporates and our clients, we also have responsibilities towards the society, which goes beyond creating employment, paying taxes, and maybe contributing CSR based on the laws of the country. I think we believe that our responsibilities goes beyond that, and so ThoughtWorks at its core adopts social and economic justice as one of its core responsibilities towards the society. We live in a very unequal world, and as we were looking at some of the statistics that ma'am were presenting earlier, so we cannot turn our eyes away from those realities. We live in this world. We are also, we as in 3,000 employees at ThoughtWorks, we are just software people. And some of the problems that we are really looking at, like hunger and lack of health access, we are also technology skeptics that I don't think software is really, or technology is really going to solve that problem. We really need, so one of the places where we are working today is Jan Swasth Sahyog in Bilaspur. People travel, Bilaspur is in Chhattisgarh. People travel from near Jabalpur all the way to Bilaspur to get treated there, and for there they go to the hospital, they wait for 5 days, and then they get a chance to see the doctor because of the number of availability of doctors. Some of the doctors are maybe just one surgeon in the entire state of Chhattisgarh. So pediatric surgeon in the state of Chhattisgarh, they provide very high quality care. So we live in that kind of society where the access to healthcare is so difficult for a lot of people in the country. Except for I come from South India, so Tamil Nadu, Kerala, we have heard great stories about them. So I'm not talking about those, but I think vast part of the country suffers from that kind of problem. And I think when I go there, I don't tell myself that it's the code that I write when I go to office is going to solve this problem. So I think the people who are really solving these problems are the people at JSS and other places, the doctors, the NGOs, the non-profit who are working, and the government. Those are the people who are really working towards elevating social injustice in our country, in other parts of the country. So what we have decided is that we will actually work with these people, and we will use our skills to really help these people instead of trying to tell ourselves that, oh, we will write some great software which will actually solve the problem. Because I think software, what we have learned for the last 5 years in working in this, is that software is very small part of the software technology, very small part of the place where we go. The remotest health center that is near Bilaspur doesn't have even a phone connection. And there's a clinic that actually runs there. And there is not even phone connection. You don't get even voice call. You cannot get a voice call there. So you have to work in that kind of space. The place is the Bilaspur, or let's say when we go to Gadchiroli in Maharashtra, where we work, there you get internet access sometimes. In the monsoon you don't get internet access. So and then we can put technology there, but there are no people who actually can support and run that technology. So most of us are very skeptical about technology. It has its use, but I think that use can be understood and can be deployed only by really going to these places and understanding how. So that is one thing that we will talk about, and we have written that in our paper. The second thing that we will like to talk about is there's a lot of technology being put in where we are really actually monitoring the people. So there's this thing about, oh, we have to make these providers accountable. We have to monitor these providers whether they're actually doing the job, which is actually right in some extent. But I think if you really talk to those providers, they really need empowerment. They want the systems to be built for them. So I was like, last month I was in one place, I will not name the place, and I went around in many of such hospitals and community health centers, and I asked the users if they were using some system. And I asked them, so you do this, what do you get in return? And they said, no, we don't get anything in return. This is our job. So, and they do it reluctantly because of that, because it doesn't really solve the problem. So technology is deployed, but doesn't really solve their issue. And if technology doesn't really empower them to do their job better, then it's actually not a differentiator. It's just, it helps the state government and all the organization leaders and all of those to really figure out what is going on to some extent. But if you really see the quality of such data is really, really poor. And there are many, many examples of this quality of data being poor, because at the heart of it, people really don't want to adopt this technology because it's just some sort of monitoring. They know that they're getting monitored. So they will fake the data. They will provide wrong information into the system, or they will just not use the system. So for example, it's very hard to get the doctors to use the system. For that reason, because if you giving them doctors so that you can monitor them, they would not want to use the system. And doctors, because they are rare in the country or in many countries in these kind of places, they just refuse and you can't do anything to them. So I think we have written a paper which we'll share, and we have many of our colleagues sitting at that table. We can talk about this. So one of our mission is to actually go to these places, learn from these Jan Swasth Sahyog, Prakash Amte, Abhay Bang, and all these places, and see what they're doing, and the government, and try to understand how technology can be deployed in such places so that it actually empowers the provider and makes them better at what they do, and not just monitor them. And the second thing is to create this solution in a way that is actually a completely open source public utility. We don't want to create proprietary software and just give it to them so that they become dependent on us. We are creating a bunch of suite of public health systems, which range from, as sir was saying about the shared health record, where somebody in the Tamil Nadu village, from the village comes to the tertiary care or the secondary care hospital, their health record is actually maintained. So we are creating a bunch of software which are all open source. Not only this, they use open source, they themselves by themselves are open source. So you could use the software, and our goal is to really create such software, and that is one of the contributions we are doing as ThoughtWorks towards what sir was asking that corporates to come forward. Because I think we understand that we know software better. And we feel, the other thing we feel is that there is a lot of funds, but there is a huge shortage of skills. So if a technology company makes money and just gives that money, I don't think that's enough. You need people who know technology to actually really use the technology and create solution which actually solves this problem. I think there is a shortage of that. Like there is a shortage of doctors. You can put money, but you can't get doctors in the villages. So in the same way, the corporates, the technology companies can give money, but I don't think that really solves the problem. So technology companies have to come forward and create solutions which can be deployed. So with that, I just want to end my introduction, and there is a lot more to talk through the rest of the day. Thank you so much for giving somebody as small as us to opportunity to come and speak here. Thank you.